we're talking about Puma Deviate Nitro 3. Welcome back to the channel. I am Cody with the Shoe In With Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. I'm doing my first impressions and some tech specs on the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. Whew, this is a good one. I just got this shoe in from Running Warehouse, and I've been racking the miles in. Honestly, this shoe came on my radar when Nick Bear from BPN has been raving about it. And I was like, you know what? Me and Puma haven't always had the best of luck. Nick is a fantastic runner. Let me try it. And so glad that I did. Again, in this video, I'm going to talk about the tech specs, and I'm also going to talk about the first impression miles. I have about 10-ish miles in this shoe, so not a ton, but I got a lot to say about this shoe. Now, before I dive into all that goodness, I have a favor to ask. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. You know you want to, costs you absolutely nothing, but it definitely helps the channel. Now let's sit back, relax, and let's talk about Puma Deviate Nitro 3. To kick this video off, I'm going to talk about the tech specs, and honestly, there's a lot going on with the shoe, and I'm going to start with the foam. You're looking at like their Nitro foam. I think it's like two layers. It's the Nitro, which is like their nitrogen infused foam, and then their elite version of it, and it's just, I mean, look at that. That is so comfortable, and it is so freaking nice. I mean, just look at that. And it feels even better underfoot. I believe you have about 44 millimeters of stack in the heel, and that is a ton, and you're looking at 34 in the forefront, giving you a 10 millimeter drop shoe, which honestly, it doesn't feel like a 10 millimeter drop shoe, but it definitely, you get a lot of foam here. And the upper is really nice. It's like an engineered mesh, but the tongue is gusseted only on one side. And I actually don't know if it's like kind of underneath the footing, so I'm not 100% sure if it is a gusseted tongue, but it definitely is doing a great job with the lockdown. One thing I like about the tongue is you get the padding where you want it to be, but it's not overly done. It's not too padded. This is definitely going to fall in that category of tempo day shoe that you can also flex the daily and also long run shoe. I believe in my size, you're looking at about like a 9.4, 9.5. So it's definitely not the lightest shoe, but honestly on foot doesn't feel too heavy. One thing I gotta point out about Puma shoes, Puma grip. Puma grip might be the best grip out there on roads, gravel, whatever you're throwing at it. It definitely does the trick. This shoe is going to cost you about $160, which is definitely kind of on par for that category of a tempo day shoe, daily trainer, long run shoe. Again, nothing about that definitely threw that off to me. The other thing I want to point out of this shoe is just look at that shoe. Look at that. It's one of my favorite looking shoes from Puma. Sometimes I see their shoes and I'm just like, meh, it's okay. I saw this one and I definitely needed to get it on the foot. So again, the Deviate Nitro 3, you get a lot in it and at a decent price. While I know you love tech specs, you did not click on this video to talk about the tech specs. You want to know how it feels to run in this shoe. Now again, I have about 10 miles in the shoe. It feels freaking awesome. It really does. I did a 10K, and then I did 4 miles. Nothing too crazy. I wanted to go out 8:30 pace, and at 7, I looked at my watch and it was like a 7:45 pace. It really was. It felt fantastic. Shoe just feels effortless. Now there is a carbon plated plate in here, so that always does help a little bit. But I'm telling you, when I wore this shoe, it just felt effortless. I was clicking off the miles and it felt fantastic. And in that 6 mile run I was doing, in the middle I was doing some speed work and I was dropping into the 5:30s to 6 minute pace. Again, it felt so effortless. Picking the pace up in the shoe is so nice. It definitely hits the mark there. This nitrogen infused foam is it's just not only is it comfortable when you're going at the slower paces, when you do pick it up, it feels like you can. And that's a huge plus to me. One thing I do want to point out, the upper, when I originally put it on, it felt snug. And I thought to myself in the morning, whew, did I make a mistake going with this shoe? But as I went on, it definitely broke into my foot. It started shaping to it. But that is one thing I want to point out. If you have a super wide foot, if they don't have a wide version in this, you just might want to be careful about that. It definitely fits a little bit snug. I got a great lockdown in. I'm having no heel slippage at all. It just feels really nice. The other thing I want to point out is you have 44 in the heel, millimeters of stack. It doesn't feel like a high shoe. So I also, I roll my ankles really easily. And I was a little bit worried when I saw 44, but it doesn't feel like a 44, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But it feels really nice underfoot. The foam is on the top of the foams that I've tried this year, and I know it's a 10 millimeter drop shoe. To me, it definitely does not feel like a 10 millimeter drop shoe. It just doesn't. I went true to size. I went with my normal 9.5. Happy I did. I'm having no issues at all. Again, it feels a little snug at first, but it definitely shaped to my foot. But lengthwise and the height-wise, I'm having no issues at all. I still need to get a ton more miles in. I'm actually busting this out for 21 miles this upcoming weekend for my long run. So again, I'm definitely putting this through the work. I'm in a marathon training, and I'm putting this shoe through the work. So definitely keep your eyes out for that full review, and definitely hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. We got a lot happening on this channel, and I want you all involved. Thanks for checking out this review. Till next time, I'll see you out on the run.